Hello and welcome to Wholesome Evolution. So, today I want to share a few stories that pertain to the law of attraction as well as health and well being. Now, the law of attraction, to summarize what that is, what we believe, what we think, what we feel, what our environment is during that time, we attract certain things into our life that pertain to all of that. So if you are constantly in a state of depression and you're focusing on sad music all the time, you are surrounding yourself with others that constantly gossip, you are filling your body with junk food, and you're just surrounding yourself with all of these low vibrational activities and ways of life, you will suppress your immune system to such a degree where disease and ailments in your body will foster and grow. And on the complete other side of the spectrum, if you are constantly in a state of uplifting yourself, starting your morning with affirmations and meditation and telling yourself that life is amazing, and you surround yourself with people who uplift one another and share beautiful stories and experiences, as well as put food in your body that is full of life, and you create opportunities for yourself as well as use all of your own God-given talents, because when you do that, you raise your vibration. So when you do all of that, then you attract more of that into your life. And the chances of you getting sick are very minimal unless you have subconscious thoughts in your system. So, with all of that being said, here are some of my stories. I'm going to start by going back to my early childhood. So, when I was growing up, I was going through a very, very, very difficult time in my life. There was a lot of trauma happening within my family and around me. So I was in a state of depression. I was listening to sad music. I was eating junk food. And when I look back, I did this back in 2016, and I really introspected and I looked back at the amount of times I had to take off of school or off of sporting events or whatever it was because I was sick. No child, no adult, no nobody should have taken off that much time or had even gotten sick that many times. So when I look back and I introspect, there was a huge correlation with the lifestyle that I was living and the amount of times I was getting sick. So it made complete sense. So now, fast forward, I will move to a time where there was an event going on within my family. It was a very difficult time for all of us. So during that time, we were all together and we wanted to move from one location to another. And, to have dinner, to eat, to talk. And at that time, I was going through my awakening. I was going through so many changes internally, and I just wasn't the same person that I had been prior to my awakening. So everyone was still under the assumption that I was still trying to pursue the acting and the modeling, and that was my goal, because prior to, I was very passionate about it. I truly was. It made me so happy. But, life changed and it led me to a different place in my life where I began to learn about all those spiritual activities and phenomena that had happened to me in order to be here today. But during that time when everyone had decided that we were going to move to a different location to eat, I had told everyone that I was sick, that I wasn't feeling well. So yeah, any family members listening, sorry. To be completely honest, I I just didn't want to have that conversation with everyone. It was very different, and I know a lot of people wouldn't exactly understand what I was doing with my life. So I just wanted to remove myself from that situation. Love my family though, like absolutely. It was just a decision I had made during that time. So told everyone I wasn't feeling good, and I get into my car to start driving home, and all of a sudden start to feel a little nauseous. Yeah, started to feel nauseous. And then the temperature started raising, my head started hurting, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. I knew exactly what was happening because I had learned all about this. I knew about the law of attraction. I knew how we can manifest disease and sickness within our bodies. So I'm driving home, and it gets worse and worse and worse. It took me about 25 minutes to get home. And I get in bed, and I'm just not feeling good. By that time, it got, it fostered, and was not feeling good. I had to get under my blanket to just lay down in bed and shut my eyes. And if you would have looked at my state of health prior to me saying that I didn't feel good, I could have climbed a mountain. I could have hiked several miles. I was good to go. So there I am, not too long after, bedbound. So I lay in bed, texted a few people, they're asking if I was okay, and at this point I was telling the truth. Yeah, I'm not feeling too well, but I'll be okay. I just turned off my phone, put it away, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna focus on my health and my well-being. I'm going to start saying affirmations, and I'm just laying there with my eyes shut, and I'm just saying I am perfect health, I am healing, I am conscious of my well-being. My cells are shifting and vibrating to a positive nature, and I'm just saying all these affirmations. I'm feeling better and better. The sickness is going away. I'm feeling so much better. I am perfect health. I am manifesting a vibrant well-being, and all these affirmations. I'm just thinking them inside. So mentally saying all this, and I would say from what I thought was about 15 minutes, the symptoms started to subside. And once they started subsiding, it got better, gradual. It gradually got better and better. And as, the minutes passed, it just, like that, all those symptoms were gone. So I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh. And this was the first time that I did this. So I was like, oh, Haley, you did it again. So it was such an amazing experience. And then, let me talk about this. So when I went to go work out at the gym, I was doing legs that day, and I was squatting. So at that time, I had put a lot of weight on the bar, and I don't know, it was probably the way my feet were positioned or something. Plus, I have flat feet, so sometimes my knees don't exactly align, and yeah. So I was squatting, and I had injured my knee. Oh my gosh, it hurt so bad. So I got off the squat rack and just went home, had a little bit of a limp, and then, it was continuous pain. And going up and down the stairs, oh my gosh, did not feel too good. So the next day, after I had a little bit of rest, for those that know me, I love to be very active, and I don't stop once I start. So I decided that I was going to go to a lake to go run around that whole lake. So I got out of my car, and I'm, still in pain, and I couldn't walk straight. I couldn't walk normally. So I'm like, whatever. I can feel the pain, but mind over matter. I'm just going to go. So I start to run, and as I'm running, I'm limping. But I'm like, nope. I'm like, I got this. I got this. I'm powerful, and I'm going to make this pain go away. I'm going to make the injury go away. I'm going to realign my knee to the way that it's meant to be. So I'm running, and I just start saying affirmations. And as I'm saying these affirmations, as I'm running, limping on one foot, I'm just saying I am perfect health, just kind of how I did last time. My knee is aligned in perfect harmony with my body, and just all these affirmations, whatever came to mind. I don't even remember exactly what they were, but they were such as those. So I was saying, my knee is healing, it's in perfect alignment, and I would say after I was pretty much done with the affirmations, it was like 3, 2, 1, gone. I moved my leg. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, she did it again. So then I just start running normally, and there was no limping, no nothing. I ran around the entire lake, came home. After that, days had gone by, everything was back to normal, completely back to normal. So that was it. Oh my gosh, that was just so amazing to me. So amazing, because I had a physical injury that I was able to heal as well. So there was another amazing story. And now let me fast forward to a recent event. So with everything going on in the world with COVID, right before Christmas, my cousin had gotten sick. She was feeling like very, very mild symptoms of like having a head cold. So my brother Keith and his girlfriend Stacy were coming into town from New Jersey to Ohio. So they wanted to make sure that Cassie had tested negative, that she didn't have COVID. So there was, a big conversation about all of that. I was involved, and during that time, so when all of that was going on, I was being challenged in life. So my vibration was a little bit lower during that time. But whenever my vibration is low, I never allow it to stay there, because I know what happens. So it was just, the events lining up. So I was in low vibration, and then we're talking about COVID, and Stacy even contacted someone that Cassie works with who had COVID symptoms. So she had sent me the text that he had sent her with all the symptoms that he had. So, I was talking to my cousin, to Stacy, to everyone about COVID, and reading these symptoms. And all of a sudden, I start to experience these symptoms within my body, right at that very moment. So I'm starting to experience this, and I'm like, no, like I've done this so many times. I know what's happening. I know better. So I'm like, I need to quickly snap out of it. I need to raise my vibration first of all. So first of all, you raise your vibration by changing your thoughts. You can raise your vibration by cleaning your environment, making sure everything's in, a organized setting, that there's no clutter around you, that, the music you're listening to, topics that we talked about in the beginning of the video, that everything is good around you and happy. So I purposefully started to change all of that. And then the next step was for me to start affirming my perfect health. And so I did that step by step. And with this, it did take me a little bit longer to snap out of it, to get out of that vibration and that and feeling those symptoms, because it's all around us. So it is all we see, and it's all you hear. It's just life. Recently, it's just life. So I had to remove myself from that, and I had to state to myself that no, that it's not my reality. It's not my reality. I am perfect health. I do everything I can to stay healthy and safe. It doesn't happen. It won't happen to me. So during that time, even while I'm feeling those symptoms too, they start to subside and subside, but they're still lingering. So I'm like, okay, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. So it took me about, I would say, half of a day to fully return to my healthy self, where I felt no symptoms at all. I felt high on life, like so much energy. And I just, during that process, because it is a process, especially when someone has been in a constant state of depression, constant state of fear, constant state of stress for so many days consecutively, say that they've been like that for months now. It's going to take them a little bit longer to get to perfect health, better health. It's going to take them longer. So I ended up doing it in half of a day, because my whole lifestyle, my whole way of living is living healthfully. So everything that I'm already doing in life brings great health. The foods, the music, the environment, my friends, oh my gosh, I'm just surrounded by so many amazing people and so many amazing things that just could make anyone thrive, anyone. So those are my stories. And to kind of top off the story, ever since I had those symptoms for pretty much half of a day, I have not felt those symptoms ever since then until now. So we have to affirm our health. We have to. And I've had conversations with so many people, even my friends, my grandmother, like she knows all about it. And we just talk about the amount of people that have gotten sick over time, that have contracted disease, that have had all these different ailments within their body, because that's what they were focused on. They were focused on negative things, or they were focused on the genes that are running in their family, and which you can turn off those bad genes. We'll get into that in another video, but so many people are focused on all the negative, and so many people also, which is huge, hold so much trauma within their body. And some people aren't even fully aware of all of the pain, all of the negativity that it's doing to us, because it's in the subconscious and we're not even aware, but it's still there. So we're always being affected. That's why my whole life, my whole platform is learning how to fully heal. And everyone is different, so everyone will have a different path, a different journey. But there are so many healing modalities out there that you can undertake, so then the future generations won't have to deal with everything we dealt with everything our parents had to deal with everything their parents had to deal with, because it's passed down. It's a generational curse. So until you learn to heal and you learn to fully become empowered, you're going to continue to pass down all of those negative traits, all that disease, all of that disharmony. So we have to learn how to heal. We have to learn how to heal mind, body, and soul. And once we do, we will see so much great health. Let me tell you, before this awakening, before all these changes I had made, I had no idea what good health actually felt like. None. The only good health that I was feeling that contributed to, or that like correlated with the happiness that I was feeling, was me going drinking and partying, and that was the only like liveliness that I had prior to that. I was always searching for happiness outside of myself. So once I had completely changed everything in a positive way, oh my gosh, day and night. Like, I want more people to feel this. I love humanity. I love animals. I love nature. I love everything. I mean, we live on such a beautiful planet. We shouldn't be getting sick. We shouldn't. So I want all of you to also start to work on yourselves so you can feel what I feel, because everyone deserves it. Everyone does. No one deserves to go through all this depression, stress, sickness, all these different ailments that we have. No one deserves to go through that anymore. We are progressing as a society, and we've certainly made a lot of progress. We have, but now we're going to make more progress because we're still evolving. So I hope these stories have helped you on your journey. I will certainly be bringing more stories and more information. So please stay tuned. I will talk to all of you soon. Okay, bye.